Good evening, race fans. I apologize for the delay. We are having some major issues here. We're going to try to broadcast, but now if the audio becomes choppy and remains choppy, I am going to kill the stream. I'm not sure what's going on, but obviously got to try to fix this. Well, we're coming at you live here tonight. Going to try to do something a little different here for the T1S Racing Late Model Stock Series. You see here, it's the TrueSimProductions pre-race show. I'm joined by none other than my co-host, Mr. Chris Carroll. Chris, how you doing tonight, brother?
Doing good, man. Looking forward to watching this one go off.
I was doing good. I was excited about this, but now it's saying encoding error and stuff like that, and I don't know how to fix it, but I'm going to try to do my best. Let me get this timer set up correctly as you see the countdown to green, and then we'll start talking to some drivers.
Sounds good to me, Tanner.
All right, so the timer is going. We have 15 minutes till it's go time. We'll be going into qualifying at that moment. So here, Carol, tell me, if you were racing around here at Hickory, what would be your game plan? We'll call it.
Well, I'm running laps as we speak around here, and this place is slick, man. This track is really slippery, so I think you have to save the right rear. I have to save the car, and you always got to keep that thing in one piece, but I think really the right rear is the key to the win tonight.
So Chris, we are riding on board with you right now as you actually speak, and the quality don't look great, but folks, I'm doing the best I can over here. I'm not sure why it's being difficult. Hopefully it sorts itself out, but Chris, give us a lap. Describe a lap around Hickory here, if you would.
Well, turn 1 and 2. Coming up to the finish line here. Turn 1 and 2 is absolutely different from 3 and 4. You have to come in here a little higher, a little cleaner on the yellow line, and I got a little sideways there, but this is a flat corner in 3 and 4 compared to 1 and 2 right here, and it really doesn't want to turn, and then it really wants to spin the tires right there up off the corner. So very tough track to get around, really hard track to race on, and really hard not to kill people here because everyone's got different braking points.
Right, that's what I mean. We've done numerous races here, right? And braking points, that's a big discussion because everybody's is different. Not everybody has the same braking points. So on restarts, on the initial start, you got to be careful with that guy in front of you. But Carol, we're riding with you right here, shotgun with you, and I can see you really working that wheel back and forth. What is the setup feeling like for you out here?
It's really, really free exit of the corner, and it's building tight into the corner. So these guys are going to have their hands full tonight. I'm really working that wheel, having to make it get to the bottom with the brake and the gas. And you got guys like this coming up on me on fresh tires, and then you got to navigate that. And I think tires are going to be a big deal tonight when and where guys take the tires.
Right on, as we're actually going to jump off you now, and we'll find us a driver. Let's see if we can talk to our points leader here. Our points leader, Mr. Justin Coleman, he has put together a fairly impressive season, to say the least, because coming into tonight as the points leader, and as we said here in speak with him, we'll try to get his stats pulled up as well. But Mr. Justin Coleman, you're live in TrueSimProductions booth. We're at the pre-race show. How you doing, buddy?
Pretty good, sir. How about yourself?
I'm doing good. Hickory tonight. Give me your thoughts. 100 laps here.
Woo, I'm excited. I like this track a lot. It's fun. It's got a lot of character in it, so it's looking forward to it.
So Justin, I got your stats put up here. Like I said, you do come into tonight as the race leader. Now you picked off your first race win of the season last week, so you will be starting in the back tonight. You got 2 top 5s, 5 top 10s, 7 races total. Talk me through your season so far. You got a low instant count too, so you've been keeping the nose of that Double Zero pretty clean.
Yeah, that's the main goal every race, is to just race everybody as clean as I can and stay off of people and avoid wrecks and just try to have a clean race. That's the main thing that I focus on. I pride myself in trying to race people clean. But yeah, so far this season in the late model stocks, we've it's been a good season. I mean, had a lot of good finishes and pretty proud of it so far.
So we got that beautiful Double Zero machine sitting right here in front of us now. It's starting in the rear. We just talked about low instant count, trying to keep the nose clean. What's the game plan? What's the strategy starting in the rear tonight?
So I don't know. I've been thinking about this all day. I think I'm just gonna lay low. You know, take them easy. Not really force the issue. I mean, it's 100 laps. You know, a lot can go on in 100 laps, but that's the main thing. I'm gonna try to save a little bit of tire because setup is pretty loose, so tires is gonna be a big thing tonight. And but yeah, just try to pick them off one at a time. Don't push nothing, and see where we hash out at the end.
All right on, brother. Well, we'll let you get back down to your race team. Let you continue turning some laps out here. Good luck to you, Justin.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Absolutely, boss. That is our points leader in the 00. None other than Justin Coleman. He is a fellow painter as well. He likes to throw together some cars. Coleman Designs.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he did my super late model that has actually got a lot of love on it, so that's pretty cool. As we have the grid up on the side. Let me move my timer. I think my countdown to green thing's pretty cool here, if I'd say so myself. I just threw that together really quick beforehand here, but yeah, he's actually a really good high detail painter too. So trying to get him to get a Facebook check so people can check him out. Chris Carroll, who do you want to talk to? The floor is yours now. Let's find you a driver to speak to. We have about 9 minutes and 30 seconds before we hit the qualifying grid or hit the qualifying.
Let's have a chat with Anthony Rennick. He's been having some tough luck. Let's bring Rennick up here.
Alrighty, we got him up in the booth here. Anthony Rennick, you're live in the TrueSimProductions booth. You got a copy?
I got you guys.
So Chris Carroll said he wanted to talk to the driver of the number 23. Been having some luck as of late. Chris, floor is yours.
Rennick, that track out there feels pretty slick. Feels pretty tight getting in a little bit too. What's your game plan tonight, bud?
My game plan really is just to save and be there for the end. I know we got a pretty long run, so hopefully just save them tires and hopefully just a 2-tire stop tonight.
You guys know how far you can go on fuel. Is there a ballpark there?
I usually just go on the leader, so if I'm up there with the leader and if the leader's going, I'm going with him.
I gotcha.
I like it. I like the strategy.
Are you good at qualifying at this joint, or are you? Where do you expect to qualify and start tonight?
I'm hoping to be in the ballpark of a top 10, but if not, we're just gonna try to work up through.
Boy, you got any more questions for him, Tanner? I'm out.
Rennick, if you could, please pull out on track a little bit. You're actually sharing a pit stall with somebody. Let's see that 23 car. I know it looks good every single week. Look at the black and yellow.
Good looking car.
Very, very good looking car. What's the manufacturer? That's my question. I know y'all always come with some different type of manufacturers. Let's see if we can get a rear chase. Pull out for me one more time, Rennick.
Right now, I got a Cadillac going on right now.
He's whipping a caddy, Bad Company
That
Racing.
thing's illegal.
Big Daddy Caddy.
Yeah, the Big Daddy Caddy from Bad Company Racing, the 23 of Anthony Rennick. Well, good luck to you tonight, buddy. You're currently sitting P5 on the speed chart, so might be a bounce back night for the 23.
Thank you, guys.
Absolutely, buddy. As we get Rennick back down to his race team, as he can get to talking to his Bad Company Racing drivers. I look for Rennick to be pretty good tonight, if I had to say so myself. I know he has had some tough luck as of late, right? Rennick coming into tonight, he is actually sitting 14th in the points. He's missed one race, so that will be a drop week for him, Carol. So that will be good for him. Let's see, who do we want to talk to next? I know who it is. We're going to talk to USAFirearms.com. He's always good for an interview or two. See if we can get old Mr. Brian Zimmerman up into the chat. As we now see Mr. Brian Zimmerman, you're live in the TrueSimProductions booth here for the pre-race show. Do you got a copy?
I got you, bud. How you tonight, Tanner?
I'm doing good. I know you're trying to turn some laps. You're currently sitting 15th on the speed chart, but I wanted to pull you up because the crazy thing is here, you're only a 10th off and you're sitting 15th. How competitive and how strong is this field tonight? How tough is it going to be?
Ooh, this field's tough, man. I laid down what I thought was a smoker, and it was 15th on the board. So it's just a super fast field tonight. So I've never had a lot of success at this track. I haven't been able to really figure it out. We haven't run it a bunch, but I seem to struggle here. So I think the key to this race is going to be trying to get in that top 5 on qualifying. If you can get in the top 5 and try to hold track position,
Yeah.
you'll be okay. But if you're 10th on back, it's going to be tough. You're going to have to go do some different strategy. So fuel is going to play a big part in the race tonight. So we'll see how that goes. I've got a little plan we're going to do with some fuel, because it looks like we're going to be pretty short on fuel.
Really?
Unless we have a competition caution, we're about 28 laps short.
I'm surprised you said it on broadcast. I didn't think you were going to tell us the fuel window. Okay, so the fuel window, you're looking at what? About?
Yeah, I'll share it. I didn't know big deal. I think that
About
we get
70
some
laps?
cautions, you may find, about 75. But are you able to save enough? Can you save enough and make it? That's going to be a key.
Without a caution, you've gotten really good at saving fuel. Without a caution, do you think you can get the 28 car to the finish line?
No, not without a caution.
That you're going to go laps down, right? Well, Zim, I want to ask you, man. You have missed a race, so before I tell you what spot you're in, I got to put that caveat out there. You missed a race, but you're still sitting P5 in the point standings. You got 2 race wins this season, 3 top 5s, 4 top 10s, and you've had 6 races. So that shows that you've had a stout season. You get to qualify tonight. You don't have to start in the back. You said top 5 would be very, very important. What's the strategy and game plan if you do get shuffled back, though? Are we points racing?
We're tonight. I didn't jump in. For me, I really need to lay down about 100 laps in a session to feel comfortable. So I didn't get in. We were with the family doing some stuff, so I didn't get in here fast enough to really turn enough laps to feel comfortable. So my goal tonight, top 7, top 6, maybe if I can get a top 5, I'd be happy. I'll try to, if I get shuffled back, you might see some pit strategy. I might try to pull. If I'm in the top 5, it's going to be tough to come down pit road, because we could very easily get, if we get 10, 15, 20 laps of caution, I think you can make it. But if we go green, no one can make it going green.
Well, with this field, we have over 20-plus cars out here, Zimmy. It's going to be tough to go green, but I want to wish you luck. Dutchy, Chris Carroll, do you have anything for Mr. Zimmerman?
Yeah, I was going to ask him, too. Is it 2 tires or 4 here, do you think, with that really loose race car out there?
It's going to be tough to take 2. If it just depends on how many green laps we get. If I come in at lap 50, I'm probably going to, if I'm able to, I'm going to take 4.
Yeah, that car feels really loose out there. And I mean, besides qualifying, what do you think is the key to getting around here, Zin? It feels pretty slick to me.
With 20 cars out here and as slick a track as this, it's going to be dodging carnage, because there's going to be a little carnage tonight. There's going to be a lot of cars go home early on the trailer.
Oh, man, well, that's all the questions I got for him. I'm shocked, Tanner, that he is from Alabama and he can count to 28. I was impressed with that pre-race there.
That's awesome. Well, Mr. Zimmerman,
28's my number. I just threw that out there.
Zimmerman, we'll get you down to your race team. Good luck to you, buddy. Maybe we'll be talking to the driver of the 28 later on tonight, buddy.
Sounds good, man. Pull me up if you ever need anything.
Absolutely, boss. None other than USAFirearms.com, number 28. Brian Zimmerman, gets a little loose there. Folks, we are going to send in trackside for tonight's National Anthem. Mullet Music Productions' very own Joshua Rutherford is going to bring you a sweet rendition of the National Anthem. And then will be time to kick it for qualifying. So thank you for tuning in to the pre-race show. Don't go nowhere. Stay here. And also, you saw the graphic pop up on the screen. Did you like the video? It may seem very, very small, minute to you, but it's huge to us. Thank you, folks, and we'll be back momentarily.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Put the power of Southern Shores Realty to work for you. With over 30 professionals in sales and rental management, Southern Shores Realty and I will get the job done right. I'm Rick Thompson, your Outer Banks real estate expert.
Call 261-2000.
Put the power of Southern Shores Realty to work for you. With over 30 professionals in sales and rental management, Southern Shores Realty and I will get the job done right. I'm Rick Thompson, your Outer Banks real estate expert.
Call 261-2000.
Put the power.
Alrighty, folks, we're heading into qualifying time for the T1S Late Model Stock Series. It's the band racing qualifying. Remember, if you like real grassroots racing, you need to look up BAM racing videos over on YouTube.com, same platform we're on right now. If you like real grassroots racing, BAM racing videos. If you like sim racing, TrueSimProductions. But Brian Zimmerman out for his first lap here. Going to see what he can put down. Remember, he's looking for a top 5 qualifying effort here, Carol. As he comes out of turn number 4, it looks like his first lap's been fairly loose. See what he does on the speed chart here. Provisional pole for Mr. Brian Zimmerman. Provisional pole with a 15:10. Actually had the same lap as Todd Lamphere. Going to see if he can get a little faster on this second lap. Zimmerman's second lap around was not able to get faster, so it may be a first lap type track.
It's wet on provisional pole there. He just put it up there. We got Wellman on the speed chart hitting here. Let's see what he hits. Oh, well, he's real loose off the floor there.
We switched over to Chris Smith here because Wellman was already done with his laps. Wellman put it up P9. Chris Smith, this is his first lap out right here as we're going to see what he can do. Looks pretty good through 4, running a little bit higher line right there. You see a lot of guys here, also a little bit higher there, Carol. Trying to dime in the corner, though. Maybe trying to get momentum built for those rear tires instead of spinning them.
I like that line before. I like to run that line to keep the car pointed straight on exit.
As the first, oh, that's a heartbreak for the 51. Got into the outside wall. This lap will not count. And the first lap, I think he was just trying to get the tires warm on the on that 51 because he is actually shown as in 15th here.
That's going to be tough to come back from, Tanner. We got Smith just took over provisional pole over Sweat there.
He did. As we're sitting here, everybody's pretty much done qualifying. No, they are not. Now, this man right here, 29 car, Zach Murphy, he said he don't really like the late model stocks, or don't drive them a lot, actually. But he has come out and shown out in this series. He's currently slotted 4th in the points, and he's missed a race. We're going to see what the 29 car here can do. He's coming here to the start-finish line for his first lap, Carol.
Yeah, the lap looked good there. It didn't show well on the speed chart, but it looked real smooth.
It did. That may be the type of race lap you need to perform here.
Yeah, this one looks a lot better here. You got down to the bottom in both corners.
P3 for the 29 car. Zimmerman's still out there turning laps. So on iRacing, folks, after your qualifying effort's done, you got the track by yourself. You can keep qualifying. You can keep doing laps. Now his laps are not counting, obviously, but he's just trying to get practice, right? He said he got in here late.
Well, Brian Zimmerman's one of those guys that'll figure it out.
Absolutely.
He always does. He always finds his way to the front, and he's always up there contending for a win.
Especially on these short tracks, right? All he has to do is just get out here and get in traffic around people, and he'll pick it up really quick. Hey, that's a good-looking 28 car, and I want to be a homer real quick. Don't get out of the car. Look at that. 5 Kings Motorsports on the headlights. I think it's a Dutchy special, correct?
That is, yeah. We did that a couple months back.
It only took how long? Because this man.
Oh, I had 12 hours into that one.
Jeez Louise.
I wanted it perfect. Zim's meticulous about his paint jobs. He's like a paint job purist, if you want to call it that, and it's got to be good. So you got to put a lot of effort in it for Zimmerman.
Well, if you didn't paint on paint one, is what it's, I don't even know what's it called that you paint on.
Paint Shop Pro 7.
Oh my goodness!
It was built in 2001, I think.
Please put an F in the chat if you ever even heard of this, man. All seriousness, folks. TrueSimProductions, we are on the road to 500 subscribers. I don't want to act like or sound like a shield, but I'm about to shield. I want, Sam wants, Terry wants, we all want. Everybody in Crooked Line, BPL, we want to get this channel to where we can be a YouTube content creator. I don't want it for the money. You can ask anybody that knows me. I don't care about the money on here. I want it because it will help promote the channel if we can get the content creator partnership. So please hit that sub button. No, actually, we only need like 160 more. So that's a lot. That sounds like a lot, but I know we can do it with your help. As we're going to bounce on over to that starting grid, Carol. You remember the rules when we hit the grid here. Let's get the chart pulled up. As you mentioned it, Christopher Smith going to take pole here tonight with a 15.048. Got teammate 07 Daniel Sweat starting to his outside. Then inside row number 2, it is Zach Murphy with Brandon Mettler representing 5 Kings Motorsports in 4th. And that man, he said he wanted a top 5 starting position. Well, he got a top 5 starting position. Mr. Brian Zimmerman's going to be starting P5. Carol?
Yeah, it's only tough out there, whatever position you're starting in, Tanner.
You were supposed to start going. It's your turn to go through the grid.
Oh, 10-4.
You goofy. I love it. I love it.
We got Nicholas Lamb starting 7th, Troy Tarbuck starting 8th, Mark Stewart in 9th, Larry Bell in 10th, Tyler Johnson in 11th, and Mitchell Muma in 12th.
Folks, we are raw and uncut here. So I guarantee Carol was doing something else. Wasn't really paying attention to what was happening here, right? And we were
I was doing my camera views.
All right, the 13 starting position here tonight is none other than Frank Barb. Kyle Wellman's going to be 14th. Jason Bowers 15th, with Joshua Vermillion rolling off in the 16th place. Derek Stanley, he's been good in all 3 Crooked Line series as of late. He just found some speed in that 76. Didn't put up a great qualifying effort, but I know he'll be there. He's starting 17th. Chris Sawyer's 18th. And then Brandon Elvis is 20th. Caleb B. Thompson 21st. Anthony Rennick's 22nd. Justin Coleman, last week's winner. He'll be starting in the rear. And you see Chris Carroll's name up there, the 99 Pit Lizard performance of Chris Carroll, but he is not on track. He is up in this booth, and it is almost go time, folks. So if you haven't already, thumbs up the video, headbutt it, do whatever you want, whatever you got to do, want to do, and let's get this show on the road. I want to thank y'all for tuning in, as always, here on a Wednesday night, and shout out to T1S Racing for supporting not only the series, but the league. Got a bunch of T1S drivers in here and a bunch of Bad Company racing drivers. Super excited and happy to have them, and I'm happy to get this show on the road.
Play this, Tanner. I would not want to be Coleman tonight starting in the back of this place. It's
Lord.
going to be awful tough. He's going to be dodging wrecks. He's going to be blind by smoke. He's going to be sideways trying to pass guys, using up his tires. It's going to be a tough night for Coleman. If he can get up there to the front, it'd be impressive.
I think if you're basically 7th on back, you are not safe out here tonight. You got to try to make your way up to the front. Look at these field of cars. We have a great looking field of cars. Pace car is going to make that hard left-hand turn onto pit road. Or right-hand turn. Left-hand turn.
hard left, Tanner.
I know.
I know you're from
being
Kentucky,
goofy.
but
I was
it's a
being
hard
goofy
left.
for the Kentucky line. I was joking. As Christopher Smith does have the lead. Daniel Sweat, though, look at the 07 battling on the outside 29 car to the inside of the 07. I think you're seeing right here. Don't want to be on the high side here at Hickory, but he is making it work, Chris.
Yeah. It can work early on new tires, but it's going to be tougher as it goes. But before we get going here, before you see too much action, who's your pick tonight?
I like it. I like calling it early here. I'm going to go, man, I know I'm going to jinx him. I'm going Zach Murphy tonight, 29. I believe in the 29 car here.
You took my pick, man. If you're going with Murphy here, I think I'm going to go with Daniel Sweat. Let's see what he can do tonight. He's been running really good in the races I've run with him. He's been, I've been driving through traffic, and he's right on my bumper all the way through there. So I'm going to take Sweat.
Sweat's a good guy too. That's what I like about him. He's a nice guy. Sometimes he's almost too nice on the racetrack, and might not like fill a hole that he needs to fill. Right but you see here, started P2. This is a product of the outside lane, right? Oh, we have Josh Vermillion sitting down there blown up,
cooked,
and no yellow for him either. He's off the racing surface. iRacing don't care, and they're not going to throw the yellow if he is not hindering the race. As our leader,
incredible.
Our leader's got a pretty good lead already, almost a half a second lead over Zach Murphy. Murphy is trying to track him down, but so far not making up a whole lot of ground.
Yeah, it's early yet. We won't see who's who for another few laps. This place, you can be fast early, and that thing turns into a pumpkin in one lap. So we're going to find out probably lap 25, lap 30. These things start sliding around pretty good. Who's who, Tanner? Right now, I don't know if our picks are good or not because we don't know what the tires are doing out there.
Are they asking too much out of their equipment, right? Hey, let's see Mitchell Muma and Todd Lanfear kind of doing battle. A couple door bangs right there. No harm, no foul, though, but look at Lanfear. Just gets hung out to dry like he's on a clothes hanger here. I mean, that outside lane, it's brutal. It's contact with Tyler Johnson. That Mason Johnson around Johnson saved that car, but then Bell gets collected and all of that. Yellow's out on the speedway. You see frustration right there. Oh, no, Bell. Frustration out of the 43 car, and it kind of hurt him right then.
He tried to spin the tires.
He did. It did not spin. It didn't.
Trying to get turned around quick before those leaders come. It's short track. He knows they're coming quick.
As we're going to go way on back here because this one started with Tyler Johnson.
I think that's Frank Barr behind him.
The 5 car and the 66, they kind of tangle right here. 5 car saves it. Larry Bell sees all this happening. Just gets on the brakes, and the 26 car didn't see it. No, I saw somebody who came through there. Got a little bit of damage. That's a product of starting at the tail end of the field right there, huh?
Yeah, Coleman has his work cut out for him, man. I think, honestly, if I was in his spot, I would have to do it with strategy. I don't think I could drive all the way up through there and pass everybody at this place. It's pretty tough. Really tough on the tires getting through there, too. So I feel for him, man. It's going to be a rough one for him tonight.
As Frank Barr just drove all the way down pit road but did not stop. Also going to get a black flag probably right there if I had to guess. As usually damage on these short tracks don't affect us too much, right, Carol? But that one right there, when you start talking wheel damage and damage around the front tires, well then you can really
that
hurt
thing
fast repair use right there. Look at that.
Yep, he's a beaut now. But yeah, I think he had trouble coming out of the pits because that thing wouldn't steer. He had damage on both the left front and the right front suspension there for sure. I think he wasn't turning coming out of the pits.
See if lights go off on the pace car. Lights are still on. See if we can talk to Brandon Mettler really quick as he's made a little bit of headway through the field here. Brandon Mettler, Tanner Marr, Chris Carroll up in the booth. You got a copy?
I got you.
So the first 12, 13 laps went green there. You started P4. You're riding P4, but you look to be fast. You look to have a good car here. How's the car feel for you and what's your outlook?
Yeah, I'm kind of waiting to see what a long run feels like. It's really bumpy out here in a slick track. It's just kind of interesting trying to run a line, try to find a line and stay consistent. Spotter, I don't know if Jake Crum is scaring my spotter up in the spotter stand, but spotter's got a cat on his tongue or something, and he's not being too loud. So it's hard to hear him, and combine that with hitting the lines, it's kind of hard to tough to stay clean. But we're going green here, and hopefully finish good.
Crum. Good luck, buddy.
Thanks.
As green flag is out, and you're going to see that inside line. They're just going to try to prevail here, but Zach Murphy was able to launch fairly good, but Chris Smith got out. No harm, no foul. Top 3, top 4, single foul. As the 05 of Nicholas Lamb. This guy has came up and showed out as well as of late, Carroll. I don't know.
Yeah, he's been running really well.
Really, really well out here. This is, I mean, I know I'm biased with this league, but this is a super competitive league. You saw it with the qualifying effort. They were only separated by a 10.5 through the field. I mean, that is super close. As I want to keep tabs right here on Justin Coleman. He is up currently 14 spots already, Carroll.
You got some free ones with a bunch of wrecks there. He's liking that, and he's halfway up there already and doing well. I mean, kudos to him.
I know you won't say it, but as somebody that, yellow's out, it's not even telling me who wrecked. Oh, maybe Lamphere. Absolutely, Lamphere. Let's see if we can go on the wreckage replay here, Carol, and see what happened. I see the 64 and the 04, Caleb B. Thompson. Oh, we're going to need another shot of that, huh? That happened a little quick. Riding drone cam behind the 66.
I think I heard Tarbuck take responsibility. He spun the tires up off the corner, it looks like.
Looks like he got a little loose. It wasn't going to wreck or anything like that, right? But just got a little loose here and had no room, really. No real estate to actually
Unlucky
save
there's
it.
a guy right there when
he
lost control.
Had no real estate to try to save the car. He's off the throttle, everything. Oh, got a little
Didn't
damage.
even change lanes that bad either. Just unlucky there, I think. We've all done that up off the corner, that's for sure.
Just didn't have the real estate.
That's a good-looking race car you just wrecked there. Troy Tarbuck, if you're watching the broadcast.
That's Steady Chevrolet from Days of Thunder.
That was a good-looking paint scheme, man. They did that right for that movie.
They did. As Larry Bell taking a lucky dog. As speaking of lucky dog, we miss you, brother. Hope everything is going good. I know you started your chemo treatment and stuff like that. I actually, Carol, have you got any updates from him as of late?
Yeah, he told me, I think, yesterday that he had his last chemo treatment. He's feeling good, and the doctor said everything's going well. They're getting what they want out of it, so that's good news.
Hell yeah, man. That is awesome. Well, Jeffrey Miller, lucky dog, we love you, brother. And glad to hear you're doing good and can't wait to have you back with us.
Tanamar, I don't know if you remember the 28 car complaining about this track and the way it's driving before the race, but look where he's moved up to. Snuck up the third, probably saving a ton of fuel and looking to take that lead.
Let's jump on board with him. Let's see. Let me listen here, see if he shut the car off. He's definitely in fourth gear.
How bumpy that track is. These guys go around even under caution. At speed, it's way worse. It really affects the handling of the car. You got to hit the bumps right here.
Absolutely. You got to use them, right? You got to use them to your advantage. As green flag back out in the air for the T1S late model stock series. As top 2, they get a single foul. It's almost as if they're counting each other down, but cautions.
This could happen here.
Absolutely.
Got to get them calmed down out there. This track is not the place you want a bunch of guys mad at each other.
I'm not even really sure who this is on. I just clicked. Who I saw lost a few spots. There's Anthony Rennick, I do believe. Just gets maybe a little overzealous, or did Johnson check up here? Let's see. Let's go back a little ways. Riding drone cam with Rennick.
There's a little check up there.
Little check up.
Poor Larry Bell.
Larry Bell gets killed by the pace car right there.
Looks like he may have exited there. Oh, no, there he is.
No,
just an internet issue.
I think I had the issue right then, folks. I was having a terrible time. I hope the stream looks good. I hope we sound okay. We really do strive to be as professional as we can, but still be loose and have fun up in the booth. But technical issues. I'm just a dumb boy from Kentucky, dumb redneck, dumb man from Kentucky, right? Got a computer, but
well, in your defense, I think you got two things working against you. You got them storms and that Windows update yesterday. I think it's messing everybody up. I heard them all complaining about the audio in practice.
Right. Okay. Well, I hope it's something easy that's out of my hands that I don't have to fix. It just gets fixed by itself, right? Because if it comes
not very often.
Right. And we don't have.
Well, it's not very often I want to make excuses for you, Tanner Marr, but I think that's what you're up against.
I hate you, dude. I love you and I hate you. So let's see here. It's been all Christopher Smith out front. I mean, that's safe to say, right? Christopher Smith's been the guy. Chris Carroll, I believe this is going to be a single file restart here, too.
Yeah, I don't think they even got to the green flag there, but Smith is a good driver. I've run around him quite a bit, man. He's very aware. He's a very aware driver. Drove through the pack at Five Flags with him a couple of times, and he'll give you room, and he's fair out there. We've got a bunch of good guys in here, Tanner. It's getting better every week. These guys are all getting better every week. The guys are a little bit behind, and I respect Chris a lot on that racetrack.
As green flag is out, you see the product of a single file restart right there. Leader just checks out. Oh, Daniel Sweck walked the dog completely sideways right there in front of Brandon Mettler. Mettler allowed him to gather it up, as that could have been ugly on the restart. And Justin Coleman already up to 7th. He is using these wrecks and picking them off and laying them down, huh?
Coleman is ripping up through there. I mean, he's got a couple free spots of those wrecks, but he is looking really fast out there, and we're gonna find out whether he's asking too much out of those tires or not here, whether he's smooth and he's just flying through there, or whether he is using those tires up to pass guys.
With this bumpy surface, the bumpy track, right? The surface itself is very, very abrasive. Throw into that bow, these cars eat and shred the tires, right? So you got a recipe for a disaster with those 3 ingredients, I do believe. So the way he is coming through the field, is he using or asking too much out of that equipment? We'll know in the next 30 laps if we are to stay green for a little bit.
Yeah, it looks like to me, I think the 28's in the catbird seat there. He looks like he's kind of running his own race. He doesn't have too much pressure from behind. I think he's saving a little right rear tire there. I think Coleman, now that he's come up to 7th, is probably doing the same. This track really, man, it was a cheese grater when I was out there. It was getting real ill handling real early, and I like that myself, and we're going to find out who else out there on that racetrack likes that, because when you can't handle that, it's not a lot of fun out there.
So Zimmy, we're riding shotgun here with him. He is saving a little bit of fuel, it sounds like, every now and then. Now, sometimes he goes into the quarter normal, but I hear him right there. You hear the RPMs. They basically just go out completely. You hear nothing anymore. That's Zimmy jumping on the clutch, trying to save a little bit of fuel.
Wow. Clutching it at a short track, that's a skill.
Seems like that's all we done this week. That's what we did Monday and Tuesday.
Yeah, I don't like those races.
No, they're not races. You're not racing at that point, right? But I mean, a win's a win. I got a win like that 2 weeks ago doing it. So I mean, and wins in here are hard to come by unless your name's Chris Carroll, right? So I took it with pride and glee. I was happy about it.
Well, I mean, it's funny. You hate it when you can't make it on fuel, but you sure love it when you're the only guy that can.
Right.
It's one of those races.
You see everybody pit. Now, if Brian Zimmerman was in that race with me, though, I promise you, me and him would have been the ones making it, because he would have made it too, right? But I was lucky that he wasn't in that race that night. I watched everybody go down pit road, and I didn't have to. Just got lucky, right? The way it fell in my hands.
It's one of those things, too, as a driver. It's a skill that we don't talk about. We always talk about, driving the car hard and saving tire and all the other skills we got to have.
All we ever talk about really is who's the fastest, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's what most people that watch racing do. They don't realize the footwork these guys are doing. They don't realize when you've got to save fuel, what you have to do with your feet. And it's really a lot to do with that. And we always, even hitting the pit stalls. I mean, that's a skill in itself to get it on and off the pit road. And there's so much to this. I mean, you could be the fastest guy out there and not be able to save fuel, and you get 3 fuel-saving races in a row, and you're 10th in points.
Right. You are exactly right. As we're looking at the meme machine of Tyler Johnson, the goofiest paint scheme out here by far, as he was actually really, really loose there, trying to pass Frank Barb. I'm noticing tires here. If we're looking at these boys, these drivers that have actually spun around and really maybe, I'm going to say flat spot the tires, although you can't really do it in iRacing, but you do use more tire, obviously, when you spin, right? And these guys, some of these guys in the back, they went around, so their tires are probably hot. They are hurting. And I'm watching guys like Stanley here, got some damage to the front end. as he's slipping and sliding.
Stanley
on the
looks
track.
like he's been in the fist fight in Kentucky, Tanner. He's got a little right front going on there. The one guy, I'll say this, tracks like this, Troy Tarbach is really good at. He's really, really good at being smooth when it's tough out there. And I expect to see him at the end. If he plays the right strategy, he's got a shot to win tonight, even from this spot. I've raced with him a lot in these tracks, and he's really, really good at that.
And I'm not sure if the City Chevrolet 24 Tarbuck, if he used a fast burn. Remember, he was involved in that earlier incident, right? That's why he is mired back here where he's at currently on the track, currently running 15th. But don't let that fool you, because the 24 is bad fast usually every single week. I do look for him to be
every week.
I look for him to be a menace in a month or so, because he races in real life, and all he does is win. And when we're talking win, he don't just beat them. He beats them by 11, 12 seconds. Not even a race then at that point, right?
I forgot you'd seen some of those replays.
Right.
It was 5 cars looking like he's really struggling, Tanner. He's not getting the power to the ground off the corner, and he's looking like he's pointing at the pits. And we're starting to see those cars slide around now and see who's who.
Now, remind me here, who was your pick?
I took Daniel Sweat.
Daniel Sweat. Okay, I thought for a second you took Christopher Smith, because this man is checked out. Got a second lead over Zach Murphy. I switched over here because it said that he got contact, so I thought maybe he got in the wall. I think he did, as you were talking about Tyler Johnson there. But the 80 car, it's on rails. It's hooked up right here.
It's smooth out there, and that's what you got to be at this place.
49 laps to go, though, Carol. I don't know if I want to jump out this far as a leader right here. It's great. It feels cool, but it's going to feel awful, because you saw it. You saw it with Tyler Johnson a while ago, and you mentioned it, right? This 5 car is getting wicked loose. Corner after corner. Look, he's loose right there. We're going to jump on board the 5 car here.
Yeah, you'll see the difference between the 5 car and the 80 right now. He's really fighting that steering wheel. He can't get it to turn. He can't get the power down. He's really fighting that race car right now. The other thing is, Tanner, we don't know if they can make it on fuel all the way here with this long green flag run. That doesn't bode well for that, as Muma steps it out. That is a man saving that race car right there, boy.
I missed it, actually. I was trying to take care of something on my side of things.
Muma had a big moment there. He made a nice save. He could have self-spun right there.
Ooh, Wellman just did, too. I saw Wellman.
Yeah, these cars are loose, man. I'm telling you, I drove it in practice, and that thing was... You gotta have your wheel pointed correctly. You gotta have the car pointed correctly, or it's gonna smoke that right rear right off. And you're starting to see guys really struggle with that right rear.
Like we go back up front, leader is in lap traffic now, Carol. This is not what you want as a leader. You want to be the leader, so you have clean air on that nose. You have nothing out front. But with a green flag run like this, it don't take long. 10, 15 laps. And there's a 20-plus car field out here. Now, you catch the tail end of the pack pretty quick when it's only a 15-second lap.
Yeah, you're going to see the veterans out here be able to work the traffic. Tough conditions, really slick track, and you're going to kind of see the difference between the guys that can drive the race car and the guys that can really run the race car. And you're starting to see that with Chris now. As the conditions get uglier and the tires get worn out, he's really starting to pull off here. And he's really got the power to the ground nice, and he's getting pointed in the corner. He's going to be tough to beat out here if the pit stops are going to mess everything up here. We're going to see when everyone's pitting, and I don't think they can make it now. So I think we're going to get pit stops, and that field might get jumbled up. We'll see who can give him a run.
Something has happened to Brian Zimmerman, or he is trying to stretch fuel here. As he is currently now running 10th. He went from 3rd, 4th position to 10th. Let's see if we can jump on board and listen. Oh, he is saving fuel drastic now.
That is a big chance he's taking, but he's telling everybody, I want to win.
He's lifting at the start-finish line here, Carol. You just got to be careful. Don't go a lap down, right? He is currently shown about 8 seconds behind the leader, 15 seconds per lap.
I'm guessing they're within 10 laps of being able to make it if he's saving. Yeah, that's a lot of fuel to save. He's got 38 laps to save. Oh, look at Wellman. He has a sprint car out there.
He walked it sideways so much there was smoke coming from tires.
I would see that in my mirror and forget saving fuel. He's going to wreck himself out there.
As he's getting ready to go around, folks. I'm telling you, I did this last night, Carol, in the tour mods. I self-looped it. That's how loose it was after about 50, 60 laps. It was brutal. We had the track temp. It was like, I think 141, 44. That track was hot and slick. Sam called to action, and I was embarrassed. I don't self-loop often, right? Maybe in practice when you're trying to find the edge. You know, you might do it then. But in a race, I'm not ever going to self-spin. But I did last night. Couldn't hold on to it.
Yeah, that right rear gets upset. Wellman is, I mean, he's on the verge of going around. He should let these guys go here. He's going to cause one. But when it gets like that,
look, he's pinching them down, and he is just surviving right now, but still wanting the race, going 110%.
It's not going to bode well in 34 laps, I promise you.
But what I noticed last night on these short tracks, and I mean, it makes sense. Once you get that right rear hot, you're on the short track, right? You're going to be using it. Every 3 seconds, you're leaning on that right rear, so you have no time really to cool it off. You just got to back the pace down.
And it doesn't get any better. I mean, that's the thing. Once you've heard it, you can't help it anymore. It's not going to get better for Wellman as this goes. He's going to have to fight it more and more. So he should think about backing her down here and surviving it. And I don't think he's in any danger of getting lapped here yet. I think he should cool off a little bit, and he'll be all right.
It looks to be a little bit more stable here.
He's probably.
Never mind. He's still loose. Can you imagine Wellman in chat right now? Holy cow. I'm on board with him, Carol. Talk us through it here if you're looking at my screen.
Oh, God. He's almost to the lock getting into the corner. He can't get to the throttle. He is all over the place. I mean, it takes a driver to be able to do that, but he's not doing himself any favors using up that right rear race.
Pinching a teammate here, racing him. Oh, Wellman.
He's a racer to the core, though. He'll race through. Oh, boy, that was almost it right there. He's got to back her down, Tanner. He's going to be backwards. He doesn't have 10 laps before that thing gets facing the wrong way.
I want to stay on board with him here because I know it's coming, right? It's coming. It's getting to the point of no return, right? Once that car, and you do it when you're drifting, right? Once it gets that one angle, past that angle, you're done. You can't save it. You just got to lock it down.
Oh,
at that point.
Here it comes.
Oh, Troy Tarbuck around.
I think he got loose there.
And Wellman's around. I think we called it, huh?
Well, with all this stuff going on, we haven't talked about Coleman up to third place.
Man, oh man, the silent assassin, right?
Let's see what happens here.
Wasn't really pinching. I thought he was pinching down hard. Oh, just gets loose, walks the dog down.
We knew it was coming. That's why you got to back her down, man.
Tarbuck better move, holds the brake, and minimizes any damage here. Let's make sure you don't get hit. Don't go a lap down, though, brother.
You got to find somewhere to go.
Don't go a lap down. Oh, my gosh, they are wrecking. What are they doing? Wellman is kind of... No, he... What? Let's go back here, folks.
I think he had plenty of room there. He just got loose.
I just want to see everybody else come in wrecking after the wreck here. To be fair, he is in the racing groove. He tries to turn the car around right in front of people.
Right in front of Coleman. Coleman has lumps in his drawers right now. Wow. I would be surprised if there wasn't some radio chatter over that. What a mess we had here. We had a bunch of guys in bad shape here trying to get turned around.
That's what I'm saying, man. It got ugly. We're under yellow, Carol. They're just look. Flagman's waving the flag. We are under yellow here. What are we doing? Goodness gracious.
He was trying to stop for the guy on the track. Wow.
Not holding the brakes either. Just rolling.
I think he's looking for a place to turn around.
Yeah, he just wants to wrap it
around.
Find it.
Oh, he found Mitchell Muma.
He did find Muma. This is comedy now at this point. It happens, though. I mean, this short track, man, you're trying to avoid disaster. Mark Stewart did the right thing, too. We're poking at him, laughing right then, and we're not making fun of him or anything like that, obviously. Not making fun of anybody. We've all done that right there. I promise you, we've all done it.
We've all been in that spot looking for somewhere to go, trying not to get a lap down. And...
Right. But I mean,
that's what's really happening.
He absolutely did the right thing. I think Vermillion just didn't know he was under yellow for about 5-10 seconds, minutes.
Well, Vermillion's a new guy here too. He's pretty new to iRacing, so he's learning on the job. But
I'm just busting on him, right?
Guys from getting mad at you.
Right. They're still gonna get mad, right? I'm just busting on a guy like Vermillion.
If you're Vermillion, you're feeling bad. It's a tough night. If you're the guy that got wrecked, you're mad at Vermillion.
Oh,
and
look who's out front.
oh, Brian Zimmerman.
So
but the 80 has fresh tires, right?
I
This is gonna be
don't.
interesting.
So, yeah. A 21
I think
second
probably
stop.
everyone but Zimmerman probably has
A
fresh tires.
21
If I
second
know
stop.
Zimmerman.
I'm not 100% sure if that's 2 or 4 with full fuel. If they had to fill it, 20 laps to go though here. This is
That's a long time, man.
That
That's
is.
40 corners on bad tires.
That is. They'll be fine these first few laps, right? Got the tires pulled down. Just got to try to get going right here. That's 28 does give a decent restart, but the 80 launched great. Oh, look at
the run
look at
through
the
the
speed
corner on
difference.
those new tires.
Able to
They're
turn
huge.
down underneath Zimmerman. As look, Zimmy's battling the car, loose condition here.
Yeah, he's getting eaten for lunch here. I think this is going to be pretty tough. When I was out there, the old tires were really bad.
That speed difference was incredible to see how much Christopher Smith, how much more speed he can carry. But look, Zimmerman not giving it up without a fight, but you see that car getting loose. Zach Murphy, 29 cars, going to try to look underneath Brian Zimmerman here.
I thought he'd give him that lane there. He did not. Oh, he's going to pay. That's
Oh, no, yellow's out.
he needs about 5 cautions.
You better close your eyes, Carol. It finally happened to him. Look, they're 30 wide here at Hickory. It don't work on Talladega on iRacing, but they're going to try it on Hickory. Let's see what happens.
Made it through there, all right.
It worked. Chris Sawyer backed out of it, too. Pretty cool for him to do that.
Yo! Oh, looks like he got loose and
no.
got Coleman.
No. That's a tough break right there. Tough break for our points leader, Justin Coleman.
Yeah, that's points implications right there.
Especially when you got, let's see, who's currently holding down second place in the points. Just give me 1 second, I'll tell you.
It'll be tough to beat
Smith
Smith tonight now that he's back out front.
As we have Mr. Levi Allen out in the chat. Levi, I miss you, brother. I really do. Glad to see you still supporting. I see you in the chat all the time. Christopher Smith in the 80 car. He is second in points. Second in points right now.
That's a heartbreaker right there for Coleman.
Yeah, because he's
looking pretty hard to beat right now.
Yeah. And if Smith wins it and Coleman has an off night, you're leaving a lot of points on the table, right? There's a lot of points left out here.
Yeah, I mean, Zimmerman's still got a shot there. He gets a couple more cautions and those tires cycle out, but I think Murphy is really good on a short run. He might be able to give the 80 a go here.
I like that Murphy's my pick and he's starting on the inside now. We're supposed to be unbiased, like not biased at all in the booth, right? But if I have a pick, I'm going to kind of semi-pull for him. Murphy's starting on the inside lane. I think now he's in the catbird seat. He can kind of determine the outcome of this race, right? And I mean that by that chrome horn. You know, like he can definitely dictate and determine the outcome of this race if he wants to.
If Zimmerman's going to do it, he's got to do it right here, right now, because 5 laps in, those tires were looking pretty hard to drive. So he's got to make that move early.
I think it's going to be Murphy that does it. I think Murphy's going to be the guy that's in the catbird seat.
I don't know if Murphy can get there. It seems to me all night watching the restart. So the guy in third gets the worst restart of everybody in the field.
Really?
I don't know why that is, but
Really? Okay.
the guy in the top's been clearing him, getting into 1.
I had
so if
noticed
Murphy
that.
can get a good restart here, he might be able to do it.
Second place has basically got down every time, except the initial start. Remember, Daniel Sweat went back.
Murphy was on it this time, boys.
He was right there on the back bumper of the 80. He is to the end. Oh, a little contact between the 29 and the 28. As
Larry Bell up into the mix.
Larry Bell and Mitchell Muma both have been turned around back. Oh, we got a wreck in the back.
We got big junk in the back.
Hey, they're still wrecking back there. I think this started with Mark Stewart getting turned. It looks like.
That looked like a Talladega wreck to me.
Oh, no, that's Frank Barb getting turned. Excuse me. As Brandon Ellis in a 54 is down low underneath him. I think Frank kind of just comes down on him. What you think, Carol?
Yeah, I think 54 is there. I think he's there right now.
Yeah, I mean, he's showing it to him all the way down the backstretch, right?
Yeah, he's on the yellow line as well.
Did Frank claim it?
I didn't hear. I just heard Frank say it wasn't on me, so he did not claim it.
Frank said it wasn't on him?
Yep.
Well, he's going to be mad at me in a little bit.
The other guy is sneaking up there, Sweat. He looked really quick on that little short one-lap run, but he was really sneaking up on those guys. If he can make some moves, a couple more cautions, he's got a shot too.
I mean, there's.
It's good, Tanner. Take a breath, buddy. We're good here. It's racing.
Folks, as owner of Cricket Line Racing admin, I hate having to deal with that kind of stuff right there. We haven't had fault costing. What that means is, it's a gentleman's rule, as Mark Arthur likes to say. If you get into somebody and spin them, we expect you to say, hey, that's on me, my bad. What we'll do, we'll give them an end of the line penalty. What that is, you go to the tail end. You go dead last, basically, on the track. And when you don't claim it, or you don't say, hey, that's me, my bad, it leaves it up to admin's discretion. Admin's got to go. They got to go watch the replay, take their time out of their day for no reason, just because you didn't want to man up and claim it, and then basically vote, and then put it out in the public. Who's at fault? And then they get in trouble and they start pit road. So,
well, I can tell you this: we got a very hungry man in third place there too. Muma's made his way up to the field all night,
and he's already got a race win. Muma's got a race win at Cricket Line. That first win is the hardest. Once you get the monkey off your back, they come easier. They're not easy, but they come easier. But look
that
at
80 car.
He just
good up off that corner.
He got such a great launch on the restart here. If this thing was to stay green, I don't know if Murphy has time to get back to him.
Yeah, that restart, that leader gets a little bit of a jump, and Murphy's coming though. He's looking good up, getting into the corner. He's good into the corner. The 80's good off the corner. So we're gonna see what prevails here.
He cleared a lot of real estate on the 80 right there. That lead went from a half a second down to 0.3. But only 4 laps remaining, going to be 3 to go at the stripe, as Mitchell Mula has his hands full with a very, very hungry 28 machine of Brian Zimmerman. Still has not hit pit road. Him and Larry Bell both trying to pull a little bit of strategy now. Zimmerman's been in the top 3, top 5 all night, right? So he's used that
those
strategy.
Tires have cycled out too. He looks
have.
like he's as fast as anyone else.
As looking underneath the 98 here. Oh, pushing up slightly. Oh, no, that's going to be contact.
Baby.
Look at the save by that driver. Holy cow. Popsicle sticks up in the air for our race leader. Going to be white flag next time by. I don't want to minimize what just happened because that was a hell of a save. As caution on the speedway, Carol. Oh, no.
You got a green, white, checkered.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Holy cow.
I didn't see who it was. This race is flown by, though. Holy cow. 3 to go already. Uh, 51 was struggling there. That's hard to put on 34. That's a tough one to put on the 34 there. If he lifts, he's going to die. The 42 is going to kill him.
I think, yeah, I mean, 51's wrecking on corner entry.
Looking for somewhere to go. Yeah,
right.
That's a tough yeah. Well, we're going to see what happens here. We have Smith still out front. He's pretty much dominated this race. It's just a matter of going through the gears and not making a mistake now and getting a good restart. But we got a few more guys up here, man. We got Mettler snuck up here. We got Zimmerman. We got a bunch of guys that can get there and give him a go. If he doesn't hit this restart perfect, he's gonna be kicking himself, and it's gonna be one loss. But if he gets a good restart, I think he's gonna be pretty hard to beat.
I'll be honest, I've been quiet here because something or somebody just knocked on my window, but knocked on it pretty hard. Not sure what it was. I'm not sure if I told you or not, but we had some stuff go missing 3 nights ago, right? So I ended up putting cameras up. I'm trying to check cameras right now and see if somebody's here. I told Emily, texted her. If we just abruptly quit, just know I had to. But we're gonna try to bring this race to you in full, as I'm not seeing anything. So, but yeah, something for sure just hit my window a few times.
Still storming there. It could be a branch.
It is completely clear outside.
So they finally cleared out there.
It is finally clear.
I see some boys saving fuel under caution here. I'm not sure all these guys can make it.
I want you to call the action right here, Carol.
Absolutely. Here we are for the green-white checkered here. Let's see. Oh, the 80 gets a really good start there. And Muma's trying to get up under the 29. We got Zach Murphy. He's close enough to take that bumper to him. There's 2 to go. We're going to be coming to the white flag here. Chris gets a really good entry there. And, oh, we've got another caution on the track.
Cautions breed cautions. Now, there's only 3 green-white checkered attempts here. As it tells me this was a big one, but you never really know what this track is. Let's see. Caleb B. Thompson, 04.
Looking fine up off the corner.
Oh, it happened up in front. Oh, no.
Oh,
Mark
that had
Stewart.
nothing
Oh,
to
my
do with it.
goodness. Oh, my goodness, they're still wrecking. Justin Coleman was involved, I believe, in another one.
I seen a man backing down pit road there. That was impressive.
No, Coleman actually dodged all that. Riding with the 42 here.
Let's take a look at the 4 up off the corner here. Oh, that's a tough one to call, too. Did he run him into the fence or did he get into the fence?
Who are we talking about?
The 04. Trying to figure out what happened there. Definitely the black car got into the fence. I don't know if the 4 gave him enough room or not. Oof.
They're teammates too, by the way.
Little tire spin here now on the restarts. That's something to think about for the last restart here on the up front. And I don't think the 04 gives him enough room, but it's a tough one to call.
There's so much happening and going on right there.
There's bumps, there's tire spin, it's tough out there for these guys. I'll say this though, the 29 Tanner has been real close to that 80. He was close enough to get a bumper coming to the white flag there. So this is going to be, if he can get another restart like that, this is going to be interesting. These guys behind him might be sitting in the catbird seat. Muma, Zimmerman, Metler.
And I'm sorry, I'm checked out here. I don't hate that, but
You're good.
I don't. You know what? I'll be honest. You know what it sounded like? It sounded like my screen was lifted up. I can't get up to check. Right? I'm gonna check in just a minute. It's like my screen was lifted. Is actually what it sounded like.
With the check here, we got.
Nah, we're good. Hey, we're dedicated here, baby. It's only who's gonna try to do something at 9 o'clock, right? If they do that, they're dumb. Yeah, I'm in here to wait. We're sponsored by USAFirearms.com, right? We love our sponsors and we love our right here in America. That's all I'll say. As the 80 car does have the lead, been a dominant car all night. The single file restart that's going to benefit him, Carol, for the green white checker. Now Murphy, 29. He has to drive it off in there deep to try to get it to him. And I oh my goodness, he's gonna try. It looks like that was deep.
He made a mistake though.
Yeah,
Luma's there.
He's sacrificing his exit for a good entry, right? Just driving it off in there, but not getting the drive off. As white flag is out, final lap on the track. No more cautions, no more laps. This is it right here. He's been the dominant car all night. He's going to pick up his first race win of the season, I do believe. The 80 car of Christopher Smith from T1S Racing, winning a T1S Racing event. That's his first Crooked Line Racing win, as we've had a lot of first-time winners in the last few weeks.
Well, everybody's improving in this series. And I mean, that 80 car, Smith absolutely dominated tonight. That was a textbook race from him. And I don't think he spun a tire all night. If you watched, he was smooth as silk. And he's spinning some tires now, Tanner Marr.
He's going to burn it down. This winning moment is brought to you by BAM Racing Videos. Remember, you like sim racing? We got you covered here on TrueSimProductions. You like grassroots short track racing? This man, he travels all across the eastern portion of the United States. Hell, he'll go west if he has a chance to. It's none other than BAM Racing Videos. Covers all the Crown Jewel events. Actually doing work with some big companies. The kid's blowing up. Got a few videos with over 300,000 views on it. That's right, 300,000 views. BAM Racing Videos over on YouTube. Christopher Smith, your race winner here tonight at the Hickory 100. See if we can find some drivers to talk to here. Who is our top 3?
I'm moving him up in a broadcast booth as we speak.
All righty, thank you, sir. Our top 3 is Christopher Smith, Zach Murphy, Mitchell Muma, Brandon Metler, Mr. BAM Racing Videos on Ride Home P4, and then USAFirearms.com's on Ride Home 5th. None other than Brian Zimmerman. As we'll see.
Want me to bring up Zach first, or do you want to do the winner first?
We'll do third place first. Do old Mitchell Muma first. As we got Mitchell Muma up here, I'm going to actually allow you to have the floor here, Chris Carroll.
Well, Mitch, you got to you had a good finish there at a tough track. What are your thoughts on your race tonight?
Well, it was slick, man. I just felt like there was a lot of throttle management with this setup and the track conditions. I think they were like 142 degrees, so which was awesome. So it really fit my driving style. And I thought tonight I was able to really hook the bottom really well. A lot of people I realized, were kind of running the second groove, and I found something on the apron where it was just helping me like turn. I don't know if you can go below the yellow line, but that's what I was doing, kind of helping the car turn. Yeah, it was a good night. Close racing. I think that was really clean for the top three there compared to last night was kind of crazy. But yeah, that was a good finish at the end.
So, I was talking about you being real hungry there in third place. You had 3 green-white checkers to get after the leader. I got one question for you. If you got there, were you taking that bumper to him?
Well, I think respectfully I would have, but I mean, honestly, I didn't have the tire. I pitted lap 25 and got my 2 rights, and I was just kind of hanging on. I don't know what the strategy was behind me. I don't know if Zimmerman and Mettler had 4 tires. I felt like they had grip or something, because they're good drivers, and they were really on me. So I just appreciate them racing me clean. But if the circumstance I had tire, I probably would have, but I wouldn't have dumped anybody. Just probably would have put the bumper a little bit.
Yeah. I got one more question for you before I give you the floor to thank your sponsors and everybody. When you were out there tonight, how long did it take for that car to feel like junk? I know when I was running in practice, it was feeling pretty tight in the center and pretty loose off. How long before it was a handful to drive?
Yeah, so I've noticed a difference, like, as soon as we got that caution, like about 10 laps prior to that. So that was probably before all the other cautions came. So probably like around about 30 or 40 laps into a run, I really felt like it got towards oh my gosh, I can't rotate the center anymore, and I have to wait on the throttle. And that's what like kept me from following with the lead. Really, it's about 30 or 40 laps in. But I mean, it was a good setup, and I thought there was some great racing out there.
Yeah, there was some good racing when they weren't wrecking, but I'll give you the floor here, and you can thank your sponsors or whoever else you want. But congrats on your finish tonight, man. That's a tough track and a really tough setup to get around there.
I appreciate it, guys. Yeah, I just want to thank you guys for putting on a good show and a nice broadcast. I love when the races are broadcast. It's fun to watch them back. So subscribe to TrueSimProductions, right? But I do want to thank my sponsors, MSM Services. For all your financial coaching needs, check out MSM Services on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. And then also subscribe to Motorsports with Mitch on YouTube. We have a lot of racing content on there. And we'll be doing some live streaming here, possibly the leagues too. So some in-car camera stuff. So
that'd be very cool. Thanks, Mitch. We appreciate you, man. Good job.
Yep.
Right on,
Thanks
brother.
to my teammates. Yep. Thank you, guys.
Good third place finish. Good points tonight for the number 98 there of Mitchell Muma. Let's see if we can find our second place driver. None other than Zach Murphy. Zach, you're live in TrueSimProductions booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, buddy.
So I'm mad at you because you was my pick going into tonight, but I'm also happy because you brought it home P2. Broadcast was cursed. It was gone. No curse tonight. Talk us through your race for that number 29.
Yeah, started up front, had some good track position to start. That was key. Track was a little slick. These cars were a little slick tonight for me, at least. I was loose off, and then I got loose on entry. So probably just overdriving it, used to the mods a little bit. But overall, it was a pretty good race. Stayed up front, and then when we pitted there, I had the fresh tires and was able to just kind of stick with Christopher. But he was the class of the field tonight. I could never really pace with him. On the short run, I could stay with him, but I just ended up like building loose, so couldn't stay with him.
So, Zach, you put together a pretty impressive season here. You have missed one race, but even missing one race, you were currently 4th in the points. That's going to improve tonight because our points leader, Justin Coleman, I mean, he had a pretty off night. I'm not sure where he brought it home at. Carol can tell us here in a second. But you got four top 5s, 5 top 10s. Talk about your season. How have you liked the late model stocks here?
Yeah, I've come to, I guess my driving style suits these cars. I've actually liked them a lot, and I like the way they sound, and they're fun to drive.
I
And
love the way they sound. I love
yeah,
it. That's why you said that.
it's one of the best sounding cars on here, I think. And no, it just kind of suits my driving styles, and I've just been able to keep it up front and a little beating and banging here and there, and these things can take it, which is kind of fun.
Right on, buddy. Well, who we got to thank for the 29 car? Another impressive top 5 finish, another podium finish.
Yeah, I need to get some sponsors out here.
Right?
No, I'd just like to thank you guys for putting it on every week at Crooked Line, and Tanner and Sam over at TrueSim for a great broadcast every week.
Well, we appreciate
And then
that.
I'll have to thank Caleb over in Race Room 3, for holding it down for me.
Oh, Race Team 3 holding it down.
Listening to
baby.
me bitch about everything.
Right, right. Well, that's Mr. Zach Murphy in the number 29. Bright Home P2. Congratulations, Zach.
All right, man. Thank you. Take care, guys.
Yep. As we do apologize for his language there, as always. We try to keep it friendly here, but excited, right? Got him a podium finish. Well, Chris, you have caught up with our race winner. It's another Chris. The floor is yours.
Well, I guess you're Chris. You have to be a Chris to win. In the other series, we got 3 Chris's up front going at it. But Smith, walk me through. I know it looked smooth and looked easy, but what were you thinking out there tonight out front?
Man, I don't know. That tires was the biggest thing, and I was just trying to stay straight coming off the corners or whatnot, and just trying to save as much as I could. Luckily, I got pretty far a ways ahead of everybody, and I started pushing a little bit harder when we caught those lap cars. But yeah, those last couple of restarts, I was getting worried.
Was there any tire spin on those restarts?
I not sure. I felt like my restarts were pretty decent. I had to go back and watch.
Yeah, I was telling Tanner, being in that position, you've led all night, and the restarts keep coming and coming and coming, and you're like, man, I just want to get this over with. And you got to still get through the gears. You got to get down into the corner, and you got to get down there decent so the guy doesn't get underneath you. But you look smooth out there all night, man. It was a pretty dominating performance. You had about 4 or 5 hungry guys behind you. Were you worried about any of those guys at the last 10 laps there?
I was worried about Zach just because he's normally pretty quick. I didn't know what he had on pit stop or whatnot, but other than that, it wasn't too much.
Yeah, I thought we might see a bumper there. He got pretty close coming to the white, and the caution came out there. And I think that was, once that happened, you had her in the bag. You got a really good restart on the last one and took off. But congrats on your win tonight, man. Who do you got to thank on that car?
T1S Racing, Bad Company Racing, all the guys over in Race Room 6, just everything y'all do.
Appreciate it, man. Tanner, you got any more questions for this man? He kicked butt tonight.
He dominated. That 80 car was on rails, and he said that he wanted to be straight, right? And you said that after the race, said this guy did not spin a tire. I don't remember seeing the 80 car loose. So Chris, hell of a run tonight. I'm happy for you. Your first race win here. Came into the night second in the points, and Justin finished 12th, so that's going to really, really, really help you out in the points battle. Congratulations tonight, buddy.
Thank you, man.
Absolutely. As we get him back down to his team in Race Team 6, Kale, and we're going to pull up our results tab here and see where your favorite driver finished. If you have a favorite.
Coleman was 12th. That's a tough night for him. He's up there.
That is a tough night, but that's a salvageable night, right? It could have been 18th, 19th, right? He did salvage that night. Very, very impressive. So let's go to the top 10 here. We got Christopher Smith, Zach Murphy, Mitchell Muma. We heard from those 3. Then you got Brandon Mettler. He's outside looking in on the podium, but he did get a top 5, finishing 4th. Zimmerman wanted to start top 5. He started top 5. He started in 5th. Well, ladies and gentlemen, he finished in 5th. Daniel Sweat 6th. Brandon Elvis 7th. Quiet night for Brandon Elvis, up 13 spots for the 54. Very impressive run for him. Tyler Johnson, 5 car. He finished 8th. Derek Stanley, another solid top 10, just clicking him off race after race. And then Kyle Wellman, that guy, he needs to be talked to. He needs to be calmed down. But he has a good heart. But he races really hard. Bright Home 10. So, folks, want to thank y'all for tuning in. As always, here to TrueSimProductions. Hope y'all liked the little pre-race show. That was pretty cool. For the ones that join in and watch us on demand, I hope you like it. Leave a like on the video, please. It helps us out a ton. I know I'm shilling. I'm sorry. I have to. But did you thumbs up the video? And as always, we're on the road to 500 subscribers. If you could, hit that sub button. Chris Carroll, final thoughts before we close up shop here tonight from Hickory Motor Speedway.
Well, I think Christopher Smith showed us what a talented driver he is. I've run with him a lot in there. He's pretty quick, and he kept that car under control and kept that race under control. And at a track that it could be really bad. You know, you could spin a tire there and go to 20th. So congrats to him and all the guys in the top 5. I thought we had a pretty good race there tonight with conditions and the setup. And, you know, these guys are getting better every week, and I like the way this series is going, Tanner.
Right on, brother. Well, it's been the T1S Late Model Stock Series. We'll be back out on track. I want to say Saturday night. Sam will be up in the booth. He'll be calling all the action. I want to thank y'all for tuning in once again. Hit that sub button, hit the thumbs up button, and until next time, we'll see ya.